Evening po. Evening po.
Good evening, sir. Hello po. Rigel, may gusto ka bang sabihin?
About saan?
Wala lang. Trip ko lang.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Rigel, sabi ni Mama, mukha ka daw nakipagsuntukan.
Saan?
Sabi na ito.
Sa profile ko?
Oo, ito, lakas ng trip. Comment ng
Ay po,
comment.
tita.
Rigel, sinisiraan ka, Rigel.
Ay po,
Ayan.
tita.
Eh, nandito ka sa loob ng room. What are you expecting? Eh, di yun. Ayun, na-blurred ka na. Sabing Evans. Ang ganda ng hair ko ngayon. Wait lang. Baka maaga pa tayo pupunta sa Antipolo nito. Good evening po, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening po, sir.
Good evening po.
Okay, before we start the discussion, let me just share this. Tragic. Parang na-deja vu ako. Parang nangyari na to. Okay, let me just share this screen. Okay, this is some sort of a riddle. class. Okay, riddle, icebreaker, activity. But please, if you know the answer, ano muna kayo? Huwag niyo munang i-disclose. And please, walang mag-google Okay ba, class? Para naman may thrill.
Sige
Okay
po.
na, give me a thumbs up. So I will share a story, mga one paragraph lang. Then, if you know the answer, quiet muna kayo. Hayaan nyo muna mag-isip yung mga classmates nyo. Then, of course, do not Google it. Okay. So I'm sure naman you won't do it. So I'll share it now. Okay. So can someone volunteer to read this class? Okay, si ano na lang. Wala mag-volunteer. Si Almira. Almira, can you read this story to us? Yes. Hello?
The married couple are very rich.
Ang hina. Ang hina ng boses mo. Sige, si ano na lang. May issue yata sa audio mo, Almira. Si ano na lang. Go, Rigel. Can you read this to us?
Okay, sir. Sige po.
Ganda ng mic mo.
There was a married couple who are very rich. They've traveled to almost all parts of the world. Couldn't really ask for more. The man is a pilot and has his own private jet. The woman was a very beautiful and loving housewife and a co-pilot. A perfect couple. One day they decided to go somewhere they've never been. To the North Pole. They went there alone with their own private jet. Unfortunately, when they are about 30 miles from the landing site, the plane malfunctioned and they crashed. No one was around to help them. The man was rescued by an Eskimo. The Eskimo brought the man to his igloo house, badly injured. He asked the Eskimo if he was able to rescue his wife, but the Eskimo told him that he didn't. For days until his full recovery, the Eskimo man served him penguin soup. He searched for his wife every day until he decided to give up. She has nowhere to be found. He was able to come home after a few weeks or so. He was very lonely and devastated for the tragic that has happened. One day he came across a restaurant with a special menu for the day, penguin soup. He ordered one. After having a few sips and a few bites, he walked out of the restaurant and shot himself. He died. No.
Okay. So the question is, bakit niya binaril yung sarili niya? What is your guess? So check the story. Then the question is, why did he kill himself?
Sorry kasi naalala niya yung tragic na nangyari sa kanya. So parang it brings back and parang yung trauma na build up niya dun sa sa trip na yun is parang naulit-ulit sa kanya. And then ayun, yung penguin soup, ayun yung parang trigger sa kanya para maalala niya ulit yung nangyari. And siguro para sa kanya napakalungkot ng pangyayari na yun since asawa niya yun. Ayun lang po.
Okay. There's another explanation there, but nice try, Rigel. May gusto pa bang mag-try? Yes, Almira?
Sir, okay na po.
Yes, okay na yung audio mo.
Sa pagkakalam ko, wala pong penguin sa North Pole. Siguro po yung kinakain ng penguin soup is yung wife.
Okay. So that is actually the answer. So yeah, na ano siya, na-realize niya all this time nung nasa igloo siya. All this time, ang kinakain niya pala is yung meat ng wife niya. Ginawang soup ng Eskimo yung wife niya. Then, nung tinikman niya yung penguin soup, iba yung lasa dun sa penguin soup na siniserve nung Eskimo. So, ibang iba. So, na-realize niya na magkaiba yung soup na siniserve sa kanya ng Eskimo. Nakala niya, yun nga, na penguin soup. Then, doon niya na-realize na yung kinakain niya nga is his wife. So, yeah. Hindi niya na kayanan yung trauma. That's correct. Okay. So, that is all. So, let's now proceed to our lesson. Na-motivate ba kayo?
Sobrang inspiring, sir.
Tama lang po.
Daw ko mahilig kayo sa mga dark story. So, yun. Pinagbigyan ko kayo. Okay, now let us proceed to our lesson. So, objectives. You will be able to understand the importance of using tangible data. Tangible meaning that, you know, tangible. Something that you can touch, and information in achieving your goal and using those data and information. Students will reflect on the importance of visual reinforcement. Then later, I'll discuss your activity. Okay, just a quick review. Let's hear it from Cashbill. Can you explain the first bullet? What is the difference between data and information?
Hello po sir, naririnig na po.
Yes.
Pag sinabi po kasi nating data, ito po yung collection ng mga recorded values ng information. Ito po yung mga, ulitin ko lang po sir. Pag sinabi po nating data, ito po yung nakakolekta nating values na walang meaning, no? Pag sinabi naman po nating information, ito po yung meaning na nabibigay natin sa data po. No?
Okay.
Ganun po.
Okay. I got your point there, Cashbill. Okay. May gusto pa bang try? So, yeah, tama naman yun, Cashbill. Yes. Another answer for Mark Manuel.
Yung data po is parang kalat-kalat po sabay randomize. Basically, hindi po, meaningless po yung ano niya. Parang medyo nonsense po.
Okay.
Sabay sa information naman po, siya po yung inanalyze na and kinompile na data in which nagkakaroon na siya ng meaning or purpose.
Okay. So, yes.
Correct
also. Yes, you're saying something? Is that your Cashbill? Yes, go.
Dagdag ko lang po. Although meron po sila, magkaiba po sila, pero yung commonalities po nila, pag sinabi po nating data, ito po yung facts na or details from which information is derived po. Yun lamang po.
Okay. Thank you, Cashbill. And how about the second one? Can you differentiate document and information? Just even just one brief description of information versus a document. Just a very brief. Yes. Giselle?
Para po sa akin, ang simple definition po for document versus information is that document is written or printed paper or siya po yung record. On the other hand, information naman po, yun po yung na-collect sa galing sa data.
Yes. Possible na ang information is not printed in any type of medium, but document is always printed or always in a particular medium, be it a static, be it a dynamic, or be it an interactive medium. That's right. And Can you, anyone who wants to provide the different types of medium or the two categories of medium, of media, where we can, of course, put the document, the two broad categories, which is the yes, Ezekiel. What are those two
Sir.
broad categories of
Pwede, ano po,
type of media?
print media po, saka broadcast media.
Oh yeah, the two basic type of media. The one that is moving and the one that is not moving. What do we call that? Two broad categories of media.
Dynamic and static.
All right, that's correct. And let's hear it from John Lloyd. Can you give one example of an interactive media?
Hello po.
Oh, yes, hello.
One example po is social media po.
Okay, yes. Social media is an example of an interactive media. Okay. So static, dynamic, and interactive media. Okay, here's another motivational story. So, how I became a top-notcher in the licensure examination for teachers. Have you heard this story before, class? Not yet?
Apo, sir.
Parang
Narinig-
sir.
Narinig niyo na to?
Parang lang pero nakalimutan na po na.
Sino nagkwento, sir?
Sinabi ko ba to?
Story nyo ba yan, sir?
Ha?
Story nyo po?
Oh, how
Success
I
story ni
became
sir.
a top-notcher in a licensure examination for teachers. Hindi nyo alam to, class? Hindi ko pa nasabi to.
Hindi pa po.
Okay, so how? The question there is how? Paano? So here is the... Okay, there are two types of people who are, who took the LET. The first one is the one who aim to pass. Now, the likelihood of you passing the LET, if that is your aim, is 30%. But if the second one, you are the second person, then you aim is to become a top-notcher, the likelihood of you passing the LET is 100%. So let's say si Carl is the first one, the one who wants to pass the LET. So si Carl, ang chance niya man na makapasa sa LET, pag ito yung goal niya, to pass the LET, is 30%. So may chance pa rin naman pumasa siya, pero 30% lang yung chance niya. Pero, and then let's say si Kevin. Si Kevin, ang goal niya sa pag-take ng LET is maging top-notcher. Mapasama siya sa top 10. Okay? So, ang chance ni Kevin, kapag yun yung goal niya na makapasa sa LET is 100%. Why do you think, class? Why do you think that's the case? If you aim to pass the LET, the chance of you passing the LET is 30%. But if you aim to become a top-notcher, the likelihood of you passing is 100%.
Sir, ako po.
Yes, Nats.
Kasi po, sir, kung titignan natin sa isang parang trajectory po, if we are aiming for the top, sir, tapos nag-fail man po tayo, sir, sobrang taas pa rin po nung naabot po. Unlike po dun sa mas gusto nyo pong nakapasa lang, yung preparation and yung mga gagawin nyo po, yung energy nyo po, kung ibabato nyo man yung isang bola po, hindi po malakas po. So, malaki po yung chance na sa baba lang po.
Okay, so yes, there's no other way to say it. That's correct. The trajectory is high. So, hindi mo man ma-reach yung target mo, mataas pa rin. Tama. Unlike dun nga, kung makapasa lang sa LET yung target mo, then the chances of, pag hindi mo na-hit yun, then malamang bumagsak ka. Yes, Cashbell?
Ano po sir, in short po hitting two birds with one stone po.
Okay, so yung two birds doon sa metaphor na yun is yung makapasa and maging top-notcher. Yeah, that's correct. So that's the two birds, the maging top-notcher and maging makapasa sa LET. Okay? So, how did I do that? So, ito lang naman ginawa ko. Simple lang. So, nung college kasi ako class, may isang classmate na may dalang libro. Pinabasa niya. Then, yung lagi yung kasama, yung best friend ko, parang amaze na amaze siya sa libro na yun. So, gusto niya magpa-photocopy. Ako, na-amaze ako. Na-amaze siya doon. So, sabi ko, sige, 2 copies mo na. Nagpa-photocopy din ako nung libro na yun. So, yun, binasa ko. Then, natutunan ko doon yung law of attraction. So, ang gagawin mo lang pala para ma-achieve mo yung gusto mo is affirmation, then i-assume mo na na-receive mo na. Then, the universe will conspire to actually receive it. So, yung affirmation ko doon is, I tirelessly affirm that I'll top the LED. So, paulit-ulit lang yun. Magiging top notcher ko sa LED. Magiging top notcher. Magiging top notcher. So, kailangan mo muna i-convince yung sarili mo para ma-convince mo yung tao sa paligid mo. Pag na-convince mo talaga yung sarili mo, then magugulat ka na lang na parang maniniwala na rin yung mga tao sa paligid mo. Kasi paano mo sila mapapaniwala kung ikaw mismo hindi ka naniniwala? Next is believe. Umaasta ako as if I'm already a top notcher. So yun, parang tapos na yung test. Okay? I got the results. So okay na lahat. And then the tendency is yung mga nasa kasabayan ko mag-review, mga kaibigan ko lang, mga nakikita ko, para sinasabi lang, tanong mo kay Gino, ano yan, top notcher yan sa LED. Parang ganun. Nagjo-joke lang sila, syempre. Pero parang nagkakaroon na ng reinforcement na parang little by little, naniniwala sila na parang kaya ko. Ganun, something like that. Then, yung lastly, the universe will conspire. It's like, kahit hindi ka naman nanghihingi ng mga reviewer, parang lumalapit na lang sila sa'yo. Kasi nandun yung attention mo eh. Yun, let's say, may na-mention lang to nung kaibigan mo na overheard mo lang, then meron pa silang reviewer, then hinira mo, tapos binigay kagad sa'yo. So suddenly, parang nag-work out lahat sa plano mo. Okay? So ito yung nangyari. After graduation namin, May 12, up until September 30, yung araw ng LED exam. So 140 days yun. That is 140 days from graduation day, May 12, up until September 30. Yun yung LED exam. Now, the question is, how many days do you think, class, na inallot ko? Yeah, manifesting things. That's correct. Yeah, you manifest what you want by simply believing it. Parang ano lang yan. Nag-child's play ka lang. Assume mo lang as it nandun na. So, ilang araw, class? I-chat nyo yung hula nyo. Okay, 30 days.
Tingin ko po parang 1 week lang ata.
1 week? Okay, possible. 7 days. 2 weeks, 140 days yung class.
O 2 days, ganon. 2 days. 2 days,
2
1
days.
day.
Okay, the night before. R2s. 140 days, no, wala kang ginawa. Tapos, September 29 ka lang nag-review.
100 days to heaven, sir.
Hindi ako nag-review. Nag-review naman ako. So, 140 days. Yes. Yung araw na dapat nag-review ako from May 12 to September 30. By the way, hindi ako nagtrabaho niyan. Hindi ako nag-review center. Sa bahay lang ako niyan, yung mga panahon na yan. Okay, so here is the answer. So final answer na yan. Wala nakahula. Ba't mo alam, Nads? Hindi. Ito talaga, class. So, 3 araw lang ako nag-review. Out of 140 days, I only reviewed for 3 days. So, yung unang araw na nag-review ako, of all the places, of all the distraction, nag-review ako sa bench, sa harapan ng supermarket. Yung bench na walang sandalan, yung pang 2 tao na walang sandalan. Doon ako nag-review. I don't know why, what happened to me na siguro mga September na yun, hindi pa rin ako nagre-review. Kumuha ako ng reviewer, pumunta ako sa mall. Tinumupo ako sa bench. I'm so desperate to review na pag upo ko sa supermarket, nag-review ako. Ewan ko, nakapag-review ako doon sa supermarket, sa bench ng supermarket. Yun yung unang araw na naalala ko na nag-review ako. The next day, kinilano ko na talaga na may pupuntahan akong lugar para pag-reviewhan. Pumunta ako ng Quezon City Public Library. Naalala ko na nagbayad pa ako ng piso. Piso lang yung bayad. Photocopy lang for the library ID. Ayun, doon ako nag-review. That's the second day. And the third day, probably accumulatively, kung ko-combine ko lahat ng mga pasundot-sundot na review ko sa bahay, mga aabot din yun ng mga isang araw. So, technically, 3 days lang ako nag-review out of 140 days. So, what do you think, class, is the result?
Not sure ka po, sir.
Ano, Nads?
Pasado po.
No. It's a prank, class. Hindi talaga ako nakapasa. Hindi, joke lang. So, ito yung nangyari. This is what happened, class. So, the result, patingin nyo, nag-top notch ako, nakapasa ako, hindi ako nakapasa. So, what do you think, class? What is the result? Hulaan nyo. Nakapasa, bumagsak, or naging top notcher? 75. Well, malapit yan. Rigel. So, ito yung nangyari, class. Yan. So, ito yung resulta ng LET exam ko. Ito yung resulta ng 3 araw ng pagre-review ko, which is, there are 3 categories for the LET. Gen Ed, Prof Ed, and Major. Kailangan na at least maka 75 ka sa 3 categories na yan. So, ito mismo yung yung result ng exam. I know what happened is sa 3 araw na pag-review ko na yon, nakapasa pa rin ako kahit papaano kasi in-aim ko na maging top notcher. So tama talaga yung sinabi ni Nadine na yung trajectory ko sobrang taas na hindi ko nga na-aim pero pasado pa rin naman. Siguro kung in-aim ko lang na makapasa nun, I'm not sure kung makakapasa ako. So here is my rude awakening. So rude awakening means surprising and unpleasant discovery that one is mistaken. He thinks he can get by without doing any work, but he is in for a rude awakening. So this is what happened to me. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. So I became delusional that I thought I'm going to be a top notcher without reviewing all out. I don't know why, class, but I cannot really force myself. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung barrier between that time after graduation. Siguro sobrang pagod ko sa pag-aaral ko ng buong buhay ko. Then suddenly, pagka-graduate, nakapagpahinga ka na, sa aral ka ulit. Parang ayoko nang tingnan yung anything that has something to do with studying. Pero yeah, that's my rude awakening. Affirmation without discipline is the beginning of delusion. I became delusional. So I think still what I did still works because I still passed the LET with 1 take, despite of me not enrolling in any review center, despite of me only reviewing cumulatively for 3 days only. And right after the exam, I have this gut feeling na parang imposibleng bumagsak ako. Kasi pagkatapos ng exam, pag-uwi ko sa bahay, tinanong ako ng mama ko, sabi niya, so how's the LET exam? Because okay naman, pasado yun sigurado. Ewan ko, I have this feeling na pagkatapos ko mag-exam, actually maaga pa nga ako natapos ng 6 p.m., 5 p.m. yata yung allotted time to finish it. I finished mga 3:30 siguro. So may time pa na yun, umuwi na agad ako. Then I know na pasado na yun. Kaya nung lumabas yung result ng December, parang hindi na ako nagulat masyado. Kaya alam ko naman na pasado yun. So it still works. The law of attraction still works despite of reviewing for only 3 days. So the realizations are, the law of attraction works, but I did not. Ako yung hindi nag-work. Okay? So the law of attraction did not fail me. I failed the law of attraction because of me being delusional. The law of attraction is not enough. We should also do the work. So it's not enough to affirm something if you won't back it up with the real work. So ganito yung nangyari sa akin. Ito yung correlation between conviction and what you know. So during the first part, ito, nasa taas, number 1, it says here that pretty damn sure you know a whole lot. So nandito ako sa number 1. yung conviction ko sobrang taas, pero yung nalalaman ko, hindi ganun karami. Okay? So, nandito yung conviction ko. So, this is the conviction versus knowledge. It is also known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Okay? Those people who know very little about the topic tends to be more vocal about it. And the more you know about something, tendency is the more you know something about it, that you tend to be more limited to your conviction. So this is the knowledge and conviction correlation. So yeah, it's embarrassing, class, but I'm sharing it to you because I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did. Because I know, class, right after your graduation, in less than 20 months from now, less 24 months from now, mag-take na rin kayo ng LED. And you might do the same thing as what I did na, yes, makakapasa kayo. Yes, sure yan. Pero kung i-aim nyo na maging top-notcher, kayang-kaya nyo. Pero kung tutulad kayo sa nangyari sa akin, then, you will not be able to achieve what you are aiming for. So what should have I done? So here is an example of a crazy wall. Have you seen this, class? Can you give me a TV show? Yes. Give an example of a TV show where you've seen this, something like this. A wall that is full of, data, information surrounding it.
D99, sir.
Ano yun?
Brooklyn 99.
Oh, Brooklyn 99. Okay. So what else? Ano yung mga TV show na nakita nyo to? Okay. Mission Impossible, Charo. Oh yes, may mga ganun. Inventing Anna, yeah. So this is a crazy wall. Uncharted, yes, correct. In Uncharted. I've seen something like this. Kadenang ginto. Paano pa ba?
Nung para malaman po nila sinong pumatay kay Robert.
Yes. So, ang theoretical framework for this kind of thing is, ito, pag nag-ginugol mo yung crazy wall, ito yung lalabas. So, parang nagiging subgenre na to eh. Diba sa mga Pinterest, parang may mga genre about plantito, plantita. Pag tinay po naman yung crazy wall, parang nagiging genre na rin siya. There are people who really into this type of thing. Parang naging hobby na nila to. Pagki-crazy wall. So be crazy enough to know what you can do anything in life. And in order to be successful, your focus has to be so intense people think you are crazy. So here is the crazy walling. Let's hear it from Yasol Sina. Tama ba? Pronunciation ko. Can you read the definition of the crazy wall?
Ayan, narinig po ba ako, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Crazy wall is the catch-all terms for boards on which investigators pin up and plot out all their clues in crime and spy thrillers. And recently, it has become unthinkable for almost any serious TV drama not to have some sort of board for the characters to contemplate as they try to work out the kinks of the theory.
Okay. So, di ba, mga TV show na pinapanood natin, laging may scene na nakatingin yung bida or yung main character sa crazy wall nila on how to deduct to pinpoint the actual answer. So here are the components of a crazy wall. So it is an absolute evidence that you are serious about your short-term goal. Short-term goal. So let's say an example of if you want to put there, you want to capture someone, you want to, in a more traditional, more practical sense. So let's say meron ka short-term goal mo is to attend a particular concert. So something like that, as little as that. Short-term goal yun. So let's say you have 11 months before the concert. So i-indicate mo doon lahat ng mga detalye, mga data, information, all of those variables that can help you. So kailan yung date ng actual concert, kailan yung deadline ng pagbili, ilan yung allotted, saan yung lugar, saan yung may mga print ad, anong mga promotion, anong media outlet siya ipapalabas. So all of those things can be a component of a crazy wall kasi that is your short-term goal. Now you are obsessed in achieving your goal. You have all the necessary data needed that can help you to your goal. Then there is no rule to this, okay? Walang margin, 1.5 inches to the left. So there is no rule. Just the board and your actual plan. So you deduct. So the theoretical framework is general to specific. Remember class, in our BPO basic, we tackled about the funneling technique or yung general to specific, yung art of deduction, right? You still remember that? The art of deduction, the funneling technique.
Opo, sir.
Okay, so of course you can still remember that. So it is something like this, but in a tangible form. Okay, so it will serve as visual reinforcement. Kasi doon you are aiming exactly. Because at that very moment, that's your short-term goal to actually pinpoint from the very specific things that you want to extract from the person that you are talking to. Same as this, okay? You want to pinpoint to actually receive the goal that you are aiming for in a short-term manner. So yung theoretical framework niya is general to specific. Okay, so Shamsi Supsupli, she's the Believing Filipinas Universe in 2011. She ranked #1 in the 2010 Architecture Licensure Examination. Kilala niyo ba klase si Shamsi Supsup?
Opo.
Okay. So can you imagine that? Aside from being a Binibining Pilipinas Universe, she also ranked #1 in the Architecture Licensure Examination in 2011. Isn't it amazing, class, how she did that? Okay, let me just share something. Wait lang, class. I'll play this video, class. One moment. Share sound. Okay.
So after graduating, I worked as a project architect in a construction management firm. And I needed that for me to be able to take the board exams. I need 2 years experience. So I was working then, and then 6 months before the exam, I decided to quit my job and prepare for the boards. And this time, I went all out. While others have to work during the day and reviewed at night, I studied day and night since I wasn't working anymore. If others attended review classes Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays in one review center, well, I studied Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays in one review center, and I studied Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in another review center. So 2 review centers. I was studying from Mondays till Saturdays. day and night. A lot of people, I didn't tell anybody actually that I was doing this. It was a top secret. So whenever I go to another review center, I had to cover my face so that nobody recognizes me. Because I know what people will say. They would say, wow, I'm crazy for doing so much effort. And well, I believe that if you really want something in life, you have to give it your all. Even though you have to do or work harder than everybody else. So that's what I did. And a month before the board exams, I asked my friends to have a study group in my house, and they stayed there for a month. And this is how my room looks like. That's my bedroom. So all the walls were covered with notes from all the subjects that we had to study and review. People may ask me, was it all worth it? Was all the efforts, the 6 months of reviewing and not working and just focusing on the board exams, was it all worth it? Well, for me, a very big yes. Because on June 2010, I bravely took the board exams, and finally, after maybe 15 years of being just second, I finally came first. So I was very happy, finally, after all the hard work.
Okay, so there, that's an example of a practical application of a crazy walling. Okay, because it provides a visual reinforcement to actually to be reminded that that is your goal, your short-term goal. Okay, so alam niyo na class, that is effective. Kapag magte-take na kayo ng left, alalahanin niyo lagi yung ginawa ni Shamsi Supsup. Okay? So wag yung gagayahin yung ginawa ko na out of 140 days, 3 days lang ako nag-review because na-realize ko class kasi yung batch namin, yung top 10, imagine this, yung top 10, 83 lang yung nakuha niya. So nung nakakuha ka ng 83 na average, makakapasok ka na sa top 10. Then siguro class kung yun nga, nag-review ako ng maayos, ng matino, kung ginawa ko to, is probably magkatotoo yung sinabi ko. Okay? So you know now your path, that once you are, you know what to do already. So it will pay off. Now next is, now here is the vision board. This is something like a different approach from though the concept is still the same, that you are posting it somewhere in your wall. But in vision board, this is a collage of images and words representing a person's wishes or goals, intended to serve as a inspiration or a motivation. Kung sa crazy wall is specific, I mean general to specific. Dito naman ka sa vision board, you start with specific. Okay, very specific now to general. So an example of this is this. On her vision board, she put a log cabin, a sailboat, a red car, and a man and a woman dancing on a white carpet. So yun ang example ng vision board. It's a very specific thing. So ang theoretical framework niya is inductive. Kung sa crazy wall, it's deductive, and vision board is inductive. So yeah, inductive approach in reaching your goal. You start with specific. Use a visual reinforcement to guide in achieving your goal. So again, visual reinforcement. If you think vision boards are bogus or does not work, then they actually work, and they actually a really simple explanation of why they work so well. Meron ba sa inyo class dito na na meron ng vision board or something that you post somewhere, kahit sa mga salamin lang sa kwarto nyo, ilagay nyo doon yung isang bagay na gusto yung you want to get. Not necessarily crazy wall, pero vision board lang. Walang may vision board dito. Class, where do you want to group up of picture that list of everything that you want to achieve and get?
Sir, ako po. Dati.
Si Rigel. Okay.
Sir, pinagawa sa amin siya dati sa ESP. Ginawa siyang requirement po.
Talaga ba?
Opo, parang gusto nilang i-align dun sa mismong career development kung ano gusto namin in the next 10 years. Ganun.
Okay. Kasi ano naman talaga to. Another difference between Crazy Wall and Vision Board is, of course, yung Crazy Wall is short term. Yeah, gusto nyong probably your dream car or your dream gaming PC, your dream shoes, your dream phone, your dream flip phone. But in Vision Board, it's a long term. Okay? Pwede nang for the rest of your life tong Vision Board nyo. Okay? So yan yun. Crazy Wall, short term, Vision Board, long term. So here are the best practices on how to create a vision board. So create a sacred space that displays what you want and thus bring it to your life. The visualization, one of the most powerful mind exercise that you can do. Visualization. But visualization is one of the most powerful mind exercise. Okay, so yeah, visual representation, visual reinforcement. There aren't any rules. Again, walang rule, walang margin na 1.5 inches from left and 1 inches to the right. Walang rule na gano'n. You just create your vision board on your own term. Okay, pwedeng kumuha kayo ng images, mismong picture nyo, mismong pinrint nyo sa internet, sa broadsheet, sa tablet, etc. As long as it will provide that images. So set the mood, turn off the TV and turn on relaxing music, light a candle, and clear your space. The rule is, it should be what you really, really want. Parang, ano lang class, parang may menu. Yung universe, bibigyan kayo ng menu. Anong gusto mo? Oh. So gusto ko to, gusto ko to, gusto ko to. Then yung mga gusto mo, ilagay mo sa vision board. Then yung vision board na yun yung magiging, of course, yun yung isa-serve sa yung universe, yun yung in-order mo. Are you getting it, class? So as simple as that. That's the metaphor of it. So here's an example of a vision board. Okay, so if this is the body that you want, so put it there. If you want this house, you put it there. If you want this family, if you want to write your own book, if you want to be fluent in another language, if you want to have a $500,000 pesos watch, Rolex watch, you can put it there. If you want to talk in TED Talk, if you want to have a career, a car, and talk to thousands, hundreds of people. So this is an example of a vision board, okay, that you will, of course, create. So another thing about this class is, of course, kapag, let's say, napapabayaan mo na yung katawan mo, maaalala mo, ay, nakalagay pala ito sa vision board ko. Then suddenly, hindi ka mapakali. Parang hindi mo kayang sa loob ng isang buwan, hindi pumunta ng gym. Kasi nga, nakalagay sa vision board mo na gusto mo ng healthy body. It's like, this is an effective way of, if you cannot force yourself, just put it in vision board and mahugulat ka lang sa sarili mo na hindi mo matagalan, na hindi gawin yung nakalagay sa vision board mo. Then suddenly, it will just, all of the things that you put it there will suddenly, of course, emerge. Okay, so here, class, here's what you need to do. Create your own crazy wall. So ano ba yung short-term goal na gusto nyo? That is, you put in the crazy wall. And ano ba yung long-term goal na gusto nyo? That's, of course, what you will put in your vision board. So gagawa kayo ng class. And that is 2 separate activities, 2 separate graded activity. So one is the crazy wall and the other one is the vision board. So very simple lang, di ba, class? Clear?
Sir, ano po yung gagawin po?
Sir, pasan na lang po naman.
Gagawa lang kayo ng crazy wall and vision board.
Dalawa, sir.
Oo.
Hindi.
Sige, sir, sabi mo eh.
May tako, Ryder.
Okay, so no, not or, and actually. So pareho siya. Ay, may tanong ba kayo, class?
Sir,
So,
kamusta ka na daw po?
tinuturo, okay lang naman. Ano na, papabaliw na, papabaliw na. So, ganito class, ano ba sabihin ko? Wala na akong sasabihin. So, if you don't have any question about our activity, then you know the drill. May tanong pa ba ako, class? May tanong ba kayo? May nakakalimutan ba ako, class? Parang may ayaw kayong paalala sa akin.
Rubric, sir.
Rubric. Actually, inisip ko kung paano siya i-rubrican eh. Pero naisip ko na mahirap rubrican yung mga gantong bagay. So, isa to sa mga exemption.
Ayun po.
No? Kaya, ito yung isa sa mga exemption. Deadline is 2 weeks from now, as usual. Uy, may deadline kayo sa akin ngayon, di ba? 9 p.m.
Opo, sir, yung...
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, mabait naman po ang...
So, deadline is May 28, 9 p.m. Okay, so if there is no question, you can now... Yes, pwede digital. Pwede rin, of course. Gawin siyang organic class. Kung gusto niyo talaga na bagay para hindi yung to comply lang. Gawin siyang organic na ito talaga yung gusto ko. So I'll really go this. Basta yung key doon is the crazy wall is short term. Anong gusto nyo? Within the next 12 to 24 months. And the vision board is of course the long term. Panghabang buhay na yun. Okay? So if you don't have any more question, you can now open your webcam. Then click the 3 dots on the upper right corner of your screen if you are using a desktop or a laptop. Then hover your mouse to the call center agent to choose video filter. Okay, and then choose this filter here. The black beret. Peaky Blinders. Picasso.
Tara na, Mini.
Ito po, para Laguna Tripper. Ay, ito, ano sir? Ayan po.
That is a tuxedo mask. Sailor Moon. Okay, so there. Ito class yung gawin natin. Itong filter na to. Para synchronize tayo.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Let pas. All right. Alauna.
Madame, monsieur.
Hana, dulce. 1, 2, and smile. Teka lang, wait natin sila. Rachel, naka-mobile ka?
Yes, sir. Naka-mobile po ako.
Di po, ayaw lang niya mag-comply, sir.
Okay, yung mga naka-mobile, ano tayo? The confetti, yung tada icon. Confetti. Sabay-sabay. 1, 2, 3, and go. Confetti. Smile. All right. Wait. Okay, so that would be all for tonight. ICT 3-1. Enjoy your very short weekends. Me too. And
Thank you po,
goodbye.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you po, sir.
Salamat po.
Salamat po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye.